along with my broadcast partner, Renee Pangusione. Renee, two teams come in at 0-3, but really two teams that feel they deserve a better fate.
Sure, John, the first two teams played really tough schedules in the beginning of the year. Elmwood Park, tough loss against Lodi. Likewise with Garfield, both 0-3 teams. Today, we should prove to see a little bit closer of a matchup. Both coaches confident, talked to them earlier. Coach DeMayo wants to pound down his running game. He wants to start out running hard. And as Coach noted earlier, Garfield is strong when they run. So we'll see what happens.
And as you mentioned, talking to Coach Tom DeMayo before the game, who are the key backs we're going to have to look for from Elmwood Park?
Well, a lot of the workhorse, as you would say, would be Churchu. He's their go-to guy. He's their playmaker. Did some big things in recent games, but hasn't been able to close a deal on a win yet. So we'll see just exactly how John does today.
And he was pretty confident, or at least he wasn't confident, but he was really worried about the ability of Garfield to stop the run.
He was a little confident, actually. Coach was confident that Garfield's one of their fortes is stopping the run. So Coach DeMayo holding back. We asked him earlier, is he going to go to the air? And he hesitated for a second, saying maybe. And that job, of course, is Danny Monty, who's the quarterback for Elmwood Park. And we'll just see exactly how the game progresses and how they do.
And on the Garfield side of the football, big man Brian Rust. He's an excellent football player. He's got world-class speed, or at least he's had one speed contest, one of the fastest guys in the division.
Yeah, speed is a big factor here today. Both teams looking to establish that early on, and it should. Two 0-3 teams. It should be real tough. We'll see I can't make any guesses at this point. Let's see what happens.
Well, two teams come in 0-3. Somebody's got to get some kind of a mark, a tie. They can't both lose.
Right,
They're two pretty good teams. They're better than their record indicates. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a few moments.
For superb Italian cuisine.
Garfield High School, Garfield Boilermakers, and the Elmwood Park Crusaders. I'm John Hester along with Renee Pangusione and statistician Bert Schubes. As we get set for this one, key injury to note, Joe Andruli will not play. He had a cyst removed. He's a strong side tackle for Garfield. He'll be replaced by a junior, Carlos Cruz. So this team, Garfield, it's a young team, and now they've had to absorb a few injuries.
Yeah. Also on the same note, number 9, Williams, from my understanding, he won't be playing today. That's their tight end, a key player for them, and looks like he'll be sitting out with, it's not clear of an injury or what the reason was, but that'll be a key factor for today.
And this is a game that both teams absolutely feel they can win and really must win.
This is a must situation for both teams. They're both 0-3. Coming out of here 0-4 is really, puts the rest of the season in not much of a glitter there. So we'll see who comes out on top today.
Niazi Leka does the kicking for the Boilermakers. They are clad in the purple jerseys, white numbers, and gold pants. On the Elmwood Park side of the football, they'll be wearing the red trim, completely white pants and white shirts. That's red trim, red numbers, and the red helmets. That back deep to receive is number 20, Mikel Brown. It is a glorious day for football, and we are about set to get started, and we are underway. It is a short kick taken by the up back, and he takes it straight ahead. That was number 36, Ben Rand. He's a 5'8", 155-pounder, and that's where Elmwood Park will take over 1st and 10. They're led by the quarterback, Danny Monty, 5'10", 175 pounds, not what you would call your prototypical stand in the pocket passer.
No, Danny is an excellent passer. You'll hopefully see some big things from him today. He is the leader of the team, and he coordinates well with the offense.
That was a 12-yard kickoff return by Brown. Elmwood Park 1st and 10. And it looks like we're at the 37-yard line. They go with the single back formation. Now a rollout as they surprisingly throw on 1st down. Pass is complete. That's good for about 4 or 5 yards. Hooking up that time was Joe Trosi. That was Danny Monty to Trosi, and a little wrinkle there to start off the game.
Yeah, coach opening up with a pass to Troisi, off to the right with a little down and out pattern. A nice gain there for about 4 yards. We'll see if we see more of this passing opposed to the running game that we thought we'd see earlier.
Coach of the Boilermakers, Mr. Steve Muka, expected them to come out in the wishbone formation. They may be a little bit surprised on that sideline. We'll see what kind of adjustment they make, as once again they go with the single back formation. 2nd down, and we'll call it 6. And a handoff to the first back through.
It's Jasquez, Pete Jasquez.
Jasquez gets about 2, maybe just 1. and it brings up a 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier with Coach, that the key point of this game will be how many 3rd down conversions we make today on both sides of the ball. This is important for both teams to move those chains.
Just underway, a minute and a half gone by here in the first quarter here at Garfield High School. No score, 3rd play of the football game about to come upon us. It is a just beautiful day
Beautiful
for football.
Saturday day. Beautiful. This is the type of weather you hope for as opposed to last week. I believe it was a horrible rainy day.
Monty down behind center, man goes in motion. And once again, the give
To Jasquez again up the middle.
is to Jasquez. He is shy of the 1st down by about 1, maybe even 2. And then on a tackle was number 54, Andy Adam Vandermast.
Coach a little conservative there on 3rd down, just running his fullback dive. Off tackle, looks like the punting team's coming in. He's going to punt it away, hopefully get some Garfield in the hole deep here early.
Ben Rand will do the punting for the Crusaders. 2 backs deep. For the Boilermakers are Alan Tanny.
Fake, and he's got room. That's Churchu outside.
Churchu with the ball and knocked out of bounds finally by the return man. Roberto Vargas comes up all the way from his return position. A little wrinkle there. Conservative 3rd down call, but not a conservative 4th down call.
No, gutsy call by Coach. Obviously, they scouted them out and saw that there was a weakness to the left side, and Churchu exploiting that for a nice gainer, putting Elmwood Park in Garfield territory.
A gain that time of almost 20 yards. Officially an 18-yard gain. So, Elmwood Park pulling out what you would say all the stops to start this football game. They have it 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Boilermakers. Back to pass goes Monty. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he is pulled down by Brian Rust, and he's a man they're going to have to block today if they want to win the football game.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Monty, the line have to do their job in blocking, and Rust is there opening up with the 1st sack of the day.
An awfully explosive back, too. He came right through that hole.
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody was in his way.
That was a loss of approximately 8 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 18 yards to go, and we'll see what Coach DeMeo has to pull out of his playbook for this one.
As the band kicks it in here in gear, let's see if Elmwood Park can kick it in gear.
Now they go with the wishbone formation, which is what we expected from Elmwood Park.
Oh, and there's a flag.
And the handoff that time goes to Jaquez.
Yeah, Pete Jasquez. Their main guy, main fullback there. Looked like a little movement by Churchill on the left side. We'll put the Elmwood Park back another 10 yards.
This is a problem that Garfield had last week. A few plays were called back due to penalty. Now 2nd and 18 becomes a 2nd and 23. And a mental mistake that time. This is a team that has quite a few seniors, that is the Crusaders. But, as Coach DeMeo said before the game, not a lot of experience. They have older players, but not experienced players.
No, Elmwood Park, on the roster, looks as if there are more seniors and juniors playing as opposed to the Garfield team. Garfield rebuilding this year, a lot of young players, and doing a good job right on this series right here.
2nd down, 23 yards to go. It's a draw play to Churchu. He's got some room up the middle, shakes a tackle, and he's knocked down. Coming up from the safety position is Vargas to make the tackle. Gain, we'll call it about 4-yard gain. And that brings up a 3rd down and 19.
Yeah, a lot of yardage here to go for that 1st down. We'll see what Coach decides to do here, if he'll run or pass. As I see, it looks like Mikhail Brown and Albert Tasillo coming in from the sidelines, taking out the tight end. So it looks like Coach may want to put the ball up in the air here.
Not a lot of things you can do with a 3rd and 19 play call. Ball spotted just shy of the 45-yard line of the Boilermakers. We are 4.5 minutes into this football game. No score. 1st drive of the game. Straight drop back this time by Monty. Has some time. Looks over the middle. Ball is tipped.
And it's caught by Brown.
And caught by Brown over
Look at
the
him
middle.
go.
And he's got some room to the sideline. And he's got one man to beat. He will go all the way in for a touchdown.
That was an incredible reception by Mikhail Brown. Tipped by the Garfield defender. I believe the Garfield defender would have been good maybe just to let that ball go, because it just helped out Mikhail Brown make that reception and turn it across field for a nice gain and touchdown.
Vargas had his hands on the football, just a little bit out of his reach, got his hands on the ball, and an excellent presence of mind that time by Brown. He was able to grab the ball, a 45-yard pass and catch for the touchdown, and Elmwood Park draws first blood.
Yeah, coach setting up here for the extra point kick. Now this is interesting what he's doing here. This is something new.
Come on, Church, you go.
And this is a fake for the 2-point conversion, and it does not work. So once again, another wrinkle, as that was Chirchu on the carry. Another wrinkle pulled out by Coach Tom DeMeo. So interesting start to this football game. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. We'll take time out with the score. The Elmwood Park Crusaders 6, the Boilermakers nothing. Crusaders, as they lead 6-0 as they're about set to kick off. That was an 8-play, 63-yard drive, and it took 4 minutes and 44 seconds to be completed. As the kick is a bouncing ball taken up at the 15-yard line. It'll be brought back by the upback. He's got some room up the middle as he bursts through, and he's finally yanked down around midfield. On the return that time was Alan Tanney, and Garfield will take over in good field position, 1st and 10 from their own 47.
Yeah, Garfield's got good position here in midfield. Let's see if they can put on a quick 6 on the board here and nullify that touchdown by Elmwood Park. See what coach comes out with on his first series.
This is a football team that is 0-3, but they've seen the likes of this before in Coach Muka's first year as coach of the Boilermakers. They were 0-3, but went on to a 6-3 season. So this is a program that knows that they can rebound. They go with the pass on first down, and unable to find the handle is Michael Pinto.
Yeah, trying to set up a little screen here to the right. Nice, actually, same type of call we saw on the Elmwood Park side, throwing the ball on first down, trying to make a big play happen here.
These two teams coming out and doing the unexpected, throwing on first down, and we've had a fake punt and also a fake extra point attempt.
Well, we have the conditions for it today. That's a beautiful day, and coach going right to the air immediately.
Pinto in the backfield with Rust. Manzo barks out the signals, and it goes to Rust. Comes around a corner, cuts it back inside, and he gets about 7 yards. A pretty good run that time, and he was knocked down. We've got to get the number on that, number 52 in on the play. We don't have a number or a name for that number. Goes down as officially a gain of 8. Brings up a 3rd down and 2, and you can see the explosiveness of Mr. Rust.
Yes, he's an excellent football player, and you can see coach giving him the ball out today.
Spotted out now to the short side of the field near hash mark out of the I formation. It will be Rust who gets his number called again, forges forward. He gets about 5 yards, and it'll be good enough for a first down up to the Elmwood Park 39-yard line.
Well, coach on Garfield's side here, establishing his running game, and with 2 plays, turned around to first down, and now in Elmwood Park territory and threatening is Garfield.
They will have to be cognizant of Mr. Rust. I expect he will see a lot of action today. Elmwood Park will have to make that adjustment. 1st and 10. Elmwood Park 39, opening possession of the game for Garfield. Elmwood Park marched right up and scored on their first possession of the game. This time it goes to the upback Pinto. He's met immediately by a host of defenders. In on that tackle that time was number 34.
It's Jasquez.
Jasquez. Able to get his hand in on the play, as well as a few other defenders. Short gain, maybe 3, brings up a 2nd and 7.
I could pretty much venture a guess that this is either going to go to Rust or outside.
But one of the problems with quarterback Manzo is a tough competitor, but doesn't have the size that's conducive to standing in the pocket and throwing. So you'll probably see him roll out a little bit. It only stands at 5'5", 150 pounds. They'll go out of the eye once again, and it will be play action to Rust, and they look downfield and incomplete. That pass intended for Vertidor. He's a sophomore starting at tight end, one of the sophomores we spoke about earlier. This is a young football team.
Yeah, coach throwing on 2nd down, looking to make something big happen. And unfortunately, ball overthrown just a little bit by the sophomore quarterback, as you pointed out. Who is
Gus Madera checks out as Jamie Atchison will come in, shuttling in the play. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. 5 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score. Elmwood Park ahead. And that is a shotgun formation. Manzo rolls out. The ball is tipped and nearly intercepted. Pass was intended for Rust. In on the play was 21 Machimus and 44 Velasco. Good coverage on the play, nothing doing. And that brings up a 4th and 7.
Yeah, interesting play calling here. Coach opted not to go to Rust on 3rd or 4th, on 2nd or 3rd down, and now taking Rust out of the game, and has a tough situation here. 4th down and 8.
Russ checks out of the football game, gets his first rest as Tom Ryan will check in. And in now, Manzo looks like he is in punt formation, but they can do pretty much anything out of this formation.
Yes. It's a pass.
And they're going to throw the football, and he's got a man downfield, complete for a touchdown, right on the money for Vertidor.
Yeah, that was a big play. 4th down. Elmwood Park, fortunately, couldn't hold him, and Garfield puts on a quick 6. Interesting. Two drives, 2 touchdowns.
36-yard hookup that time from Manzo to Vertidor, and just like that, we're all tied up.
Yeah. I think we see a high-scoring game today. What do you think, John?
Well, so far, it's been pretty interesting. You had to think coming into this game, both teams have a philosophy. They like to run the football, but I guess at 0-3, they figure, hey, we got to try something different here.
Right.
And it makes for a more entertaining football game, that's for certain.
I tell you, I got to give the quarterback a lot of confidence, a great deal of praise there. That was a well-thrown ball, and for a short guy, 5'5", did a good job.
And they will go for 2 now. And a handoff goes to Rust, and he bursts through the line of scrimmage, and he is not in.
No.
From this angle, it looked like he had a good shot at getting in, but he didn't make it. Good job that time by the Elmwood Park defense. They hold, but the score is all tied up. We'll take time out to score. The Boilermakers 6, the Crusaders 6. 30-second drive that encompassed 52 yards, capped off by the 36-yard pass play out of the fake punt formation. Manzo to Vertidor, and we're all tied up. Doing the kicking is Leica, and it's taken by the back number 40 on the right side. Tasillo is knocked down immediately, and in on a tackle. Let to get a number down there is number 30, and once again, it's Vargas who's been in on the action on the defensive side of the ball.
Good coverage by Garfield that time, coming down, hustling, and putting him apart on the 29-yard line.
Yep, ball spotted about the 28 or 29-yard line. 1st and 10. So both offenses seem to be clicking. We'll officially call it the 28-yard line as Bert Schubes signals in the officials' line of scrimmage. And they go out of the wishbone formation. And it goes immediately right up. And oh, it's kept by the quarterback. And he takes it up for about 5 yards. Monty that time, good play fake.
Good fake.
Up to Jasquez. And it netted about 5 yards.
Yeah, coach showing a little belly series here, trying to, I believe it was an option. Try to set up an option there, and nice gainer, about 5 yards, and 2nd and short 5 here.
Now we'll see if these teams go back to a more conventional style. It's almost as if everybody's a little bit shocked right now.
Yeah.
2 big pass plays, and not typical of what you'd see from these 2 teams.
No, they want to score points today.
2nd down, 5 yards to go. 3:40 left to go, first quarter. 6-6 our score. And the ball given this time and immediately hit in the backfield. Rust was in on the play, carried by Troisi, and he was met immediately.
Nothing doing there. Coach trying to run a little misdirection and running to the left side, but not the Garfield lineman not fooled at all by that.
3rd down and 5 yards to go, and this is something that Renee had mentioned. He spoke with Coach DeMayo. What he knows if his team is clicking is how they convert on these 3rd downs. It doesn't need to be a 3rd down and long, just 3rd down conversions.
That's right.
Of course, he'd love not to have to face a 3rd down, but
it'd be nice to have 1st down every play, right?
Yeah,
march right down the field.
That's a perfect world. Out of the wishbone, we dip under the 3 minutes mark to go.
Quick pitch
outside
to Churchill.
Churchill's got the 1st down, and he's rolled down at the 36-yard line. And that'll be Elmwood Park 1st and 10.
Yeah, it was a nice call.
0-1-0 now and get it all free.
Trying to get it outside to their to Churchill, which is one of their faster runners on in the backfield, and 3rd down and short, 1st down.
You can see they're using Churchill really to the outside, trying to take advantage of his speed, where Troisi right up the middle.
Yeah, Churchill more of a explosive open field runner as opposed to Jasquez, which is more of a bigger up straight north and south type of runner.
That was an 8-yard run. Brings up a 1st and 10 all the way up at the 41-yard line of Elmwood Park. So once again, they are on the move. Game tied at 6. Up the middle, and it's
Troisi on the carry.
I think that was Ben Rand who got the grab that time.
Yes, 36, Ben Ram.
And he is knocked down by Pinto. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6 yards to go. This is a football team, the Boilermakers, that can stop the run.
I tell you, Coach DeMayo utilizing all his running backs. Switching in the fullbacks, as you've seen, we've had 4 running backs in the last series touch the ball. Troisi, Jasquez, Churchu, and Ben Rand.
Mixing it up, so to speak. Second down, 6 yards to go. The clock continues to wind. Very entertaining first quarter here at Garfield High School. Let's go out of the I formation. Rolling out to the right now. This time is Monty. Chase out of the pocket. He throws and almost completed. Had to go off the hands of the receiver, Troisi, excuse me, and it brings up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah. Garfield definitely on the heel of Monty there, and Monty getting rid of the ball, just a little bit thrown inside to Troisi. He just couldn't hold on.
Monty with a pretty accurate pass, just a little bit of a tough play for the receiver, Troisi. Had to come back a little bit for that one.
Yeah,
It's a tough grab.
Yeah, tough. I tell you, when you got 5 purple jerseys running after you, you want to get rid of that ball as fast as possible.
1:24 left to go, first quarter. 6-6 our score. 3rd down and 6 is what Elmwood Park faces here. Ball spotted on the 45-yard line of the Crusaders. They'll go out of the wishbone formation. In motion goes Rand. And the ball's pitched to Churchu, and he looks to throw the ball. He's got Rand, and incomplete. He just overshot him a little bit, but good play that time by, I think it's Chris Kwiatkowski. Does a good job, as he wasn't fooled by that at all.
Now, Ben Rand did have an opportunity, a window there that he was open, but I believe Churcher throwing off his opposite foot just overthrew it a little bit, and unfortunately out of bounds, so that nobody else can get it.
4th down, 6 yards to go. This is a formation we've seen before, but they did not punt out of it, as Rand is deep to punt. And this time he will kick it. Flag goes down. It is
nice.
A high kick. And calling for the fair catch and making it is number 30, Vargas. And we'll have to wait and see what the flag is.
Yeah, the officials want to talk about it, see what's going on. And it looks like it's against Elmwood Park. And then they'll go to the captain, I guess, of the Garfield to see exactly what they want to do.
Probably they'll decline this penalty.
I take the ball right away. Why waste time? Although he does push him back, and you can hope for better field position, but then again, always take the ball.
And that is exactly what they do. They will refuse the penalty with 1:13 left to go here, first quarter. 6-6 our score. This is homecoming for the Garfield Boilermakers.
Yeah. A little reminder today, if you're watching today's action here on OBC, these games will be televised Tuesday, October 18th at 10 p.m. and Saturday, October 22nd at 9 p.m. So catch that action here on OBC.
That was a 26-yard punt that time, and no return. That time on the call was Ryan. Gets about 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming for the Boilermakers.
Well, that was the first drive. Elmwood Park was actually held. Second time touching the ball, and let's see if likewise they can do the same for Garfield, holding them to a punting situation.
Ball spotted on the 33-yard line of the Boilermakers. Clock winds down with 40 seconds remaining first quarter. Go out of the pro formation. Rust and Pinto in the backfield, and Rust gets the call as he slams forward. He'll fall across the 36. Gain of about 2, a very tough 2 yards. And they'll be looking at a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it's a long 3rd and 4 here, and as we said earlier, the team who makes more of these 3rd down conversions will probably be the team on top at the end of this game. We'll see what kind of play calling coach decides to do here.
Mr. Shubes alerts me that it's officially a 3rd and 3 to go. And the clock winds down, and we may have seen our last play of the first quarter. And we have. So, 1 quarter is in the books. We'll take time out and come back with the second quarter. The score, the Crusaders 6, the Boilermakers 6. The start of the second quarter, total yards, offense in the first quarter. Elmwood Park wins that battle, 80 to 59 yards total offense for Garfield, but they did have 2 possessions to Garfield's 1. Very well played first quarter.
Oh, a little movement there.
And movement that time by number 66, Jason Tanney. He's a 5'11" guard, stands or weighs in at about 185 pounds. So that's the kind of mistake that Coach Mucha was talking about, because now that makes a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 8, and
That's big mistake. That's a critical mistake, one that he will not forget readily come practice Monday. I can guarantee you that.
And not knowing exactly what the percentages are, but that's got to drop your effectiveness on third down.
Absolutely. The play action is gone right now. You can't fake play action and open up a pass, so you just have to give, if you're going to pass, you're going to show it.
Third down now, 8 yards to go.
And he's going to the shotgun.
Out of the shotgun where they've had success, and this is a relatively just deep shotgun, and they snap it to the up back, and it's Pinto. Cuts back and's got a lot of room, and he is going to run all the way for a touchdown. Look at him go.
Well, just like that, Garfield turning it around. One big play, 3rd down and 8. A bumbled snap by Garfield, but turned it outside. Pinto for a nice gain of, I don't know, what you got the official estimate on that, John?
69-yard run that time by Pinto, and as you mentioned, Renee, looked like it was ill-fated from the start as he was didn't get the handle right off the bat, and once he did, he just exploded around the corner, and 69 yards later, this is a 12-6 football game.
Yeah, changed the momentum of this game totally. I tell you, Elmwood Park having them in the hole, 3rd and long, and this is not exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure you hold them, and these plays will cost, and they cost them Elmwood Park right now.
And that's exactly what Coach DeMeo was talking about. Not only offensively 3rd and long or 4th and long, but defensively.
Exactly.
Now they go out of the I formation. They're going to go for the 2. Play action. Rolling out is Manzo, and he's got a man, Pinto, for the 2-point conversion.
Well, an important conversion there for Garfield, bringing the score to 13-6, closing that final conversion.
Well, we are 26 seconds into the second quarter. We're going to take a timeout with our score. The Boilermakers 14, the Crusaders 6. We're set for the kickoff, and it'll be taken once again by the up back. That's Troisy.
No, Troisy, sorry.
Troisy hangs on to the ball, and he's knocked down just past the 31-yard line. Getting back to that drive, it was a 3-play, 71-yard drive, and it only took 1 minute and 39 seconds. So not what you're accustomed to seeing from Garfield, the quick strike offense, but we've seen it today.
Yeah, Elmwood Park here, an important series here for Elmwood Park, just to establish their momentum in their favor. They have to get a 1st down and try to do something here because the morale of the team depends on it.
1st and 10 for Elmwood Park from their own 31. Clock winds now. We're almost a minute into the second quarter, and we have seen a lot of action out of the wishbone formation. Monty behind center, gives it to Troisy, finds some room off the left side, and he'll get about 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, Coach is sticking with that option. Worked well for him earlier. Very versatile offense, can do a lot there with the amount of backs that the coach has. He can do a lot there. So let's see what this series brings up for him.
2nd down and 7 for the Crusaders, and this is, as Renee mentioned, this is a crucial drive. Elmwood Park needs to answer back. Probably more crucial for Garfield to get ahead than for Elmwood Park. Elmwood Park a little bit more experienced, more likely to be able to hold together. This is a Garfield team that's a little bit touchy in the psyche right now. Hand off to Churchill. He bounces to the outside, trying to shake a defender, and he can't do it. As hanging on is Manzo, and helping out on the play is Rust, and he looks like he is injured.
Getting up a little slowly, Churchill there. Hope he's not hurt. He's rolling to his side. Yeah, I think the refs will call a timeout here, and injury timeout, and get the trainer over to see exactly the situation with, now there's a key. Now you can't lose Churchill. That's a key player for Elmwood Park.
And Churchill's down, but also Rust.
Rust is down too?
Yeah, and you don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Oh, they're both down. Yeah, I couldn't see.
It looks like now, from the way they fell, it looked like Churchill might have been bent the wrong way. But for Rust, it looks like he may have hit his neck, and we hope to God that it's nothing along those lines. Maybe we can get a shot and see exactly what they're attending to. As you get a shot of Churchill, he is grimacing in pain. And what we'll do is, as they work on these 2 young men, we'll take a timeout and come back. Our score, Boilermakers 14, Crusaders 6. Brian Rust, who was able to come up under his own power. He's a little bit shaken up. It looks like it's a neck injury, and you hate to see that. He wears extra padding around his neck. A couple of years ago, he had a broken vertebrae. As a matter of fact, he didn't even know about it. Then he was diagnosed somewhere down the line, so you want to be awfully cautious when it comes to something like that. But He looks like he's okay, a little groggy right now. May have just had his bell rung, and we hope to God that's what it is.
Yeah, both men sitting out on the sidelines, Churchu and Rust. It looks like Rust is going to take his shoulder pad maybe off to see exactly what the problem is.
That might be it for him for today. It's 3rd down, 5 yards to go at the 36-yard line, call it the 37. Back to pass goes Monty. He's got pressure. He eludes one tackler, now rolls to his right, and he is under siege and hauled down by number 8. And that's Vertidor, who had the touchdown catch earlier in the game. And that'll be a sack and bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Garfield coming up big here on a 3rd down and short situation, putting back Elmwood Park to a 4th down and definite punting situation. They don't want to get caught here with a close game like this.
9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Garfield ahead 14-6. And into punt is Rand. His first punt went 26 yards. And back deep is Tanny and Vargas. And nearly blocked. Good kick again. And it's taken by Vargas, and he is hauled down immediately.
Good coverage.
In on the play, and good coverage by Martino as he comes down and makes the play.
Well, critical series here for Garfield. More so for Elmwood Park to hold him, but Garfield losing a key fullback. Let's see exactly how Coach works around this series.
That was a 25-yard punt that time by Rand, 1-yard return by Vargas, and once again Martino right there immediately. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line, 47 and a half. 8 minutes, 55 seconds left to go till halftime. And big play just took place. 2 guys going out injured. And Chirchu is back, as a matter of fact, so that's a good sign, obviously.
Yeah,
and Rust being attended to on the sidelines. Out of the I formation, back to pass goes Manzo, and he's going deep, and he had a man for a split second. Getting behind the defender was Atchison, but just a little too long.
Coach having a gutsy call here, throwing the ball deep. Only 2 receivers downfield, and I tell you, that kid has got an arm.
Just going to say, he's a small guy, not your prototypical pocket passer, but he can throw the ball.
No, Manzo, he had time to throw, I tell you. That line did a great job in giving him protection.
And that's something that on the Elmwood side of the ball, Monty hasn't had much time to throw the football.
No, and that just gives the quarterback a little bit more help, that's all.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Out of the I. And play action to Ryan. And the ball's thrown, and once again, just off the fingertips of Tanny.
A well-thrown ball.
Manzo right on the money with that one. And looked from this angle that it was going to be well overthrown. It turns out dropped right on the fingertips.
Well, I tell you, Coach has confidence in his quarterback, and he's going to the air and seeing how he's got his key running back, Russ, on the sideline here, trying to open up something with another big play, and it brings up the 3rd and 10.
Tom Ryan has taken the place of Rust, by the way, so he'll probably see a little bit more action, but Rust was getting a bulk of the running work, so we'll see how they maneuver around that one. Out of the I again. And play action to Ryan. Manzo slips down, and he looked like he went down to a knee, but he's going to hold on to the ball, runs around the side, forced out of bounds.
Yeah,
by Velasco.
Official right there on top of that. Looked like he went to make the call, but decided not to, as opposed to a lot of dirt on that field, and couldn't tell if the knee actually was on the ground.
That's an 8-yard gain, makes it 4th and 2, and you might think that Garfield could give some consideration to going for this.
4 plays, 4 passing downs. Coach going right to the air. Key player on the sideline and putting it all on the shoulder of his quarterback, Manzo.
I suspect that neither coach really trusted us very much with their game plans.
No, in the beginning of the game, they weren't totally honest with us, were they?
4th down and 2 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Elmwood Park. They show blitz. And ball's handed off to Ryan. He dances in the backfield and falls forward for the 1st down.
Crucial 1st down for Garfield there, and a nice run to bring up 1st down and move those markers.
And the referee gives it a look-see. Considered giving it a measurement, but our eagle eyes were right on top of that one. He needed about 2 3/4. He got 3. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Correction, 41-yard line of the Elmwood Park Crusaders. Bert Schubes nods with his approval, so we can go on with that one. 7:50 left to go, 1st half. 14-6. Garfield ahead. This is a nice drive right now.
Yeah, split wide on receiver to the number 10, and he's gonna pass.
And it looks like a quarterback draw as it'll be held. Puts his helmet down. That's Manzo. As he drives right into Rand. And he'll get about 3 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 7.
I tell you, he had plenty of running room there, and he opted wisely to run the ball and gain a couple yards there. Not a bad job.
And I think something that you mentioned before, this has really become Manzo's game. Every play is run with the intention of Manzo either throwing the ball or passing, running with the ball.
Yeah, you can see this quarterback Manzo. He exudes a lot of confidence.
Out of the I formation. Handoff Pinto, bounces to the outside. He's got a little bit of room coming up to make the play. Nice tackle that time by Chirchu as he came up from a safety position to make the tackle.
Yeah, key tackle there, bringing up a 3rd down. Another big 3rd down and 5 here. Crucial for Elmwood Park to hold him, and crucial for Garfield to get the 1st down and put another quick 6 points. Maybe they can get towards the end of the game. They can get that back rust in the game.
3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line of the Crusaders. And this is the kind of 3rd down that we've been talking about as you get a look at Mr. Rust. Right now, obviously frustrated and maybe a little bit dazed. Not a happy camper, but hopefully he'll get a shot at getting back in the game. But most importantly, let's hope that everything's okay. You know he wants to be out there. Once again, out of the power I. 3rd and 5, play action again. Rollout, throw, incomplete. Right off the hands of Tanny, and Manzo has seen a lot of action.
I tell you, in a well-designed play, Manzo faking to the right and turning back and trying to throw here to his left. Just a little bit overthrown, but a nice conceived play.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and 5, and they've converted on a 4th and 5 before. That was for the touchdown earlier in the game, the first touchdown of the game.
That's right.
36-yard pass was a 4th and 8, actually. It was officially a 4th and 8. So they've converted on something like this before, and Manzo's deep enough where he can punt the ball out of this position, but he's thrown it so far out of this position.
It's over his head. Oh, this is trouble, but there's...
It's a high snap, and he throws it back, and it looks like it's going to be the old hook. It's complete. Incomplete now.
Incomplete. There is a flag on the field. Be interesting to see what that call is. 2 flags, actually. One by the quarterback and one up on the line of scrimmage.
Atchison would have had enough for 1st down. Made an excellent effort. And this is a big flag because if it's offsides, it will be good enough to give Garfield a 1st down. So we'll see what the call is. And the penalty's offset. So it was motion against Garfield and roughing the passer as Manzo took quite a lick on Elmwood Park. The penalty's offset. So we'll do that one all over again. 4th and 4.5 to go.
I tell you, it looked like trouble for Garfield. That ball was snapped well over the head of Manzo, and he did an excellent job in recovering and throwing that ball for what apparently wasn't incomplete, but could have been a 1st down.
And it looks like they were setting up the old hook and ladder. Not certain, but they had 2 receivers in the same area, and Atchison went up and made what would have been a heck of a grab. Now they go with a single formation, back split out to the wide side. Back to pass his Manzo, and it's a draw to Pinto. Burst into the secondary, and he's got the 1st down up to the 35-yard line. Make that the 30. And we'll see what... That was Vargas. My apologies that time. It was Vargas on the carry. Hasn't seen much action with the football, but he gets just what he needed. And that's another play that we've talked about all day.
I tell you, Garfield doing what it takes to win this game, converting those 3rd, 4th downs to get the 1st down. We've seen it here. We've seen it with the touchdown early, and we've seen a 4th down conversion right here. These are key plays that will determine the outcome of this game.
The Garfield offense is moving the ball awfully well.
Yeah, considering one of your best running backs on the sideline. Doing a great job here by quarterback Manzo.
5:15 left to go, 1st half. Ahead by 8 points. Are the Garfield Boilermakers. Fake the pitch, kept by Manzo, and he's got a blocker outside, cuts it back inside, and he's got what looks like another 1st down for the Boilermakers. It'll probably be close enough to measure. In on the tackle was Jasquez, but Manzo has done it all so far.
I tell you, and coach has called him to the ball and called to take the team for the rest of the game, the rest of the half at least, and he's done the job and done it very well. Can't say enough about that youngster.
They will not need to measure. It is shy of the 1st down marker. It is second down and about a half a yard to go. They need to get just across the 20-yard line in order to get a first down, and the clock continues to wind. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. An impressive drive by the Garfield Boilermakers. Reverse to number 10, Tanny, and in quickly and sniffing that play out was Folletta.
Yeah, Rich Folletta.
Rich Folletta does a good job. The 6-foot, 215-pounder. Nothing doing on that play.
No, didn't fool Folletta at all. Also, Folletta is the center on the offense. Is one of their key players and captains for the line.
That play loses 2 yards, so it brings up a 3rd and 3. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left to go first half. Garfield has had the ball virtually the entire second quarter. They go out of the I formation again. Manzo screams out a signal to Atchison. Quick drop, pass out to Atchison, and he dances forward and leans across the 20-yard line.
It looks like he did get the first down. Depends where the refs mark it, and
looks like he did get it, actually. I'm going to go with he got it.
yeah.
And he does have the first down, so they got just what they needed in order to get the first down. And that right now is the storyline of this football game.
And that's it. Manzo to throw and doing a fantastic job. Haven't seen one interception all game, and Manzo has, I don't have the official stats on how many yards he's passed for, but I tell you it's got to be close to the 100-yard mark.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball spotted just shy of the 19, but just inside the 20. Manzo's been a one-man show so far.
And here we go, Manzo back deep.
Back to pass, got a man, and it's complete, and into the end zone for just shy of the end zone is Tanny, and that's a man he's tried to hook up with a few times, and he hasn't been able to do so, but that time Tanny does a good job and walked the tightrope along the sideline, stayed in bounds, and got up to about the 2-yard line.
I tell you, Manzo putting it together for Garfield here. Took him down the field. Now it looks like they're on their 3-yard line, and look like going to put another 6 points on the board before the half. We're just 2 minutes and 46 seconds to the half. And a timeout by the Elmwood Park side. Coach, I guess, wants to talk about it and give his guys a little breather. Try to hold them from this extra point.
17-yard pass from Manzo to Tanny. And as Renee mentioned, Elmwood Park takes time out to talk things over. We'll do the same. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in the first half to score. Garfield 14, Elmwood Park 6. Rust, who has the headset on, he's probably communicating up to the press box. He's had 3 rushes for 14 yards before being injured. Handoff Ryan, falls forward. He will not get in. Stopped at about the 1-yard line, maybe 2. And Garfield continues to eat up the clock.
Yeah, smart. A long second quarter. Coach, a lot of balls thrown in the air, but Coach here just trying to pound it out on the ground and get that score on the run. Second down and 1, and we'll see exactly what he does.
As you see Rust with the ice pack on the back of his neck, and now there will be a timeout, but this time it is taken by Garfield with 2:16 left to go in the first half. Action-packed first half. And Mr. Rust had a lot to do with that. He's had a few big runs. Manzo's the story so far, though. 3 for 9 passing for 56 yards.
What did I say, 100 yards? Well, it's a little, not too conservative on my part, huh?
You got to go with what Bert tells you. It's 56 yards, but he's pretty much done it all. And the thing that's so impressive is he's gotten a hold of the big plays when they've needed them. As you take a look at the Garfield cheerleaders, who we had the pleasure to meet in the open.
Yes, a very loud cheerleading group, I may add, and very excited for the team here with Garfield on top, 14-6.
Coach Steve Mucha has to be very happy with what's going on right now. This is a very young football team, and he says that they've kept their head up, even though they're 0-3. They keep telling them, you know, you guys are doing a good job. He says, but the thing that'll really convince them that they're doing a good job is if they can get a W.
Absolutely.
And
Get
right
in
now
that win column.
Absolutely, and they're well on their way. Manzo, let's on the rushing side of the coin, 3 rushes for 20 yards. So he's got 76 total yards. Pretty impressive with a 5'5" guy. Manzo rolls out to the left, and he cannot shake this tackle.
Big play by Elmwood Park, bringing up a 3rd down and what appears to be about 9-8 yards.
Campy comes in and makes the play. Loss of about 5 yards on that play. And we'll call it 3rd and goal to go from the 7. And that is a big play, and I think we'll see another timeout.
Again, yeah, Elmwood Park's going to take a timeout. They want to talk about it because they hold Garfield here. This definitely changes. This helps Elmwood Park in a big way. What we've seen, though, in the last 3 plays is run, 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 no pass, and taking out of Manziel's hand, although that was a bootleg, and Elmwood Park shutting it down. We'll see what coach comes back with on 3rd down. And you want to venture a guess, John?
Yeah, and the thing, I don't know, but the thing is, you wonder what kind of emotional effect losing Rust has on the Boilermakers, because obviously he's an emotional leader out there, and you know, not having him out there may take its toll somewhere down the line.
Yeah, by the same token, teams also get a little mad at the other team when they put one of their best players on the sideline. They pick it up a notch. But this is a long game, and this is only the first half, and we'll see what the rest of the game will foretell.
Big possession right now, as this play right now is a 14-play, 7-minute, 10-second drive.
Wow, that's...
So you're taking the ball out of Danny Monte's hands, and really nothing he could do as we're set for this 3rd and goal to go. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They get a look at Manzo.
And the play action.
Rolls out to the right, throws, and he's got Pinto. Pass is complete. He is shy of the goal line by about 2 yards. Brings up a 4th and goal to go from the 2-yard line. Minute 38 left to go in the first half, and we'll see what they go with now.
Yeah, you know, you think you're confident in your run, you pound it out, give it to Elmwood Park in the hole here, or do you put a quick 3 points and go to 17-6, putting in a little more out of reach? And coach looks like he's opting for the run. He wants those 6 points. He's not happy with 3 points.
He's going to go for it on 4th and goal to go. Minute 15, clock rolling, full house backfield. And the give is to Ryan. He bursts into the line of scrimmage, and he will not get there. So the Elmwood Park defense holds.
Wow, big play for Elmwood Park, holding them out 4 downs and out. Elmwood Park's going to take over here, and they've got a minute and 6 seconds to do something. We'll see what coach decides to do on the 3-yard line.
Coach Muka going for it all, ahead by 8 points, figuring maybe he can put a nail in the coffin of Elmwood Park, but they hold on defense. So that drive, which took almost 8 minutes, results in nothing.
Man, nullifies that right there. Maybe he'll picking up the tone for Elmwood Park, and hopefully they can get that ball. And they got to be very careful here, too. You don't want to turn over. You don't want Danny throwing the ball and interception, because that just could lead up to another 6 points for Garfield.
And we may see Danny take a knee. And that's exactly what we do, is actually he's a quarterback keeper. Nothing fancy down here on the shadow of your own goal line.
Coach is smart. He's just conservatively wants to take it into the field house. With 31 seconds and a half, it looks like they stopped the clock here, and timeout by Garfield. Interesting call there.
That's Garfield's 2nd timeout unofficially, so they should have 1 remaining. So really no way that Garfield can get the ball back in their hands. Elmwood Park can run the clock out, which is probably the wise part.
Yeah, wise
thing
choice
to do.
No, absolute wise choice. Anything could happen. A fumble, you just negated your whole defense by holding them 4 downs. Interception, and that puts the game out of reach, like you said earlier. You know, Elmwood Park, if Garfield scores another 6 points here, 7 points, they're up by 15 points and they're going into the half, so that's not what you want to do.
So Elmwood Park has to be looking at itself and scratching its head, but they finally do stop Garfield on offense.
Yeah, there's a shot of Coach Mucha coming off to the sideline. Not happy with that last series. He wants to go into the half and think about and talk about his kids. When you get into that red zone, you got to score.
Yeah,
no question.
He's got to be happy overall with the first half, but with the fragile psyche of the team, he had to be hoping to punch it in, as Monty will take a knee, and we'll see if Garfield forces him to do it one more time.
I see Russ on the sideline moving around. It looks like I think he'll be ready to go in that second half. I don't think that's the type of player that wants to sit on the sideline.
As there's 15 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the clock runs, and both teams will be content to let the clock play itself out, and we will be too.
There he is.
And we'll wonder if the man of the hour, Mr. Rust, will return, but obviously it is not nearly as serious as we first had suspected. That is the end of the first half with the score. The Garfield High School Boilermakers 14, the Elmwood Park Crusaders 6. We'll be back with some halftime entertainment after this. here at Garfield High School. The score of the Boilermakers 14, Elmwood Park 6. We take a look at the Elmwood Park marching band. Band with a stirring rendition of Les Mis. We'll be back in just a few moments with the Garfield High School Marching Band.
Cocktail at the bar. Let Anthony Perillo and Chef Nemo fulfill your culinary desires with veal valostano, veal or chicken Perillo, or our famous boat.
By Toronto. Coach would also like to thank
Garfield High School score 14-6 in favor of the Boilermakers. A fantastic Saturday afternoon, and we are amidst homecoming. As you take a look at a few of the festivities, always a special day, particularly for the students that are involved, as all classes are represented right up to the class of 97. Very special day, and actually fantastic weather, as we will continue to look on at the King and Queen. And just a few of the goings on today here at Garfield High School. As you take a look at the homecoming King and Queen of 95, the number 64 worn there is by Joe Andruli, who actually was supposed to be playing in this football game. Is not playing the sideline because, as we mentioned earlier in the telecast, Joe had a cyst removed. He'll be back on Monday, so while he's out, he'll just enjoy a little bit of the pageantry of homecoming. Okay, as Joe says goodbye, we will do the same. We'll take time out and come back with some more after this. Second quarter is 18 plays from scrimmage for Garfield to only 5 for Elmwood Park, and really nothing you can do if you only have 5 plays. 4 total yards offense, and you'll recall 2 of those plays, one was a quarterback sneak and one was a knee at the end of the half. As far as Garfield is concerned, 18 plays, 115 yards. That's all in the second quarter, so they were trailing yardage-wise. As for the totals of the entire first half, Elmwood Park 84 total yards, Garfield 174. Rushing, Elmwood Park with 40 to 119 for Garfield. The one big run by Mike Pinto making the difference. Passing yards, Elmwood Park 49 to 60 for Garfield. Both had big pass plays converted for touchdowns. In the first down category, Garfield with 7, Elmwood Park with 2. Penalties, a relatively clean played game. Very disciplined teams. 1 penalty each, both for 5 yards, and they didn't prove costly, really didn't figure into anything that took place in the first half. Rushing-wise for Garfield on an individual basis, Pinto 3 rushes for 77 yards and a touchdown, and he also had 1 reception for 4 yards. So right now, you'd have to figure Elmwood Park coming out of the locker room has to be pretty pleased, only down 14 to 6, a first half or really a second quarter that was dominated by Garfield, and Elmwood Park has to know that they are as talented, if not more talented. So to only be down by 8 and having not played well, they have to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, Elmwood Park has their job work cut out for them the second half. Interesting to see what kind of changes Coach DeMeo made in the locker room. A couple things I'm sure he's got to work on is that passing, stopping that pass.
And we are about set for the second half, 14-6 our score. A few special hellos by Bert Shubes from Garfield High School. Former baseball players Kevin and Keith Montalbano now playing at FDU. They're both infielders and they are twins, Bert tells me, from Elmwood Park. Scott Castiglia, son and AD of Mr. Joseph Castiglia, lacrosse player at Montclair State University. And Bert also sends his congratulations to Mr. Dan Dandy on his induction to the Elmwood Park High School Hall of Fame on October 19th. Dandy, by the way, was a baseball coach and now works with Bert at Clifton Recreation.
That's right. Matter of fact, Coach Dandy, when I went to Elmwood Park High School, was my gym teacher. We're talking, oh geez, I don't even want to say, 10 years ago. And a great man, a great gentleman, and he helped the program out in Elmwood Park immensely over the years. So that's a nice tribute by Elmwood Park to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
And you know, it's always got to score you a few points when you know Bert Shubes.
That's right. Bert is a key man in the booth up here and legendary in this area for his quantitative skills and assessing all the statistics for football.
We're about set for the second half. It was an exciting first half, but really second quarter dominated by Garfield. So they will take over on offense to begin this, and I guess it would be up to the Elmwood Park defense to really set the tone if they're going to send this in a different area.
You're exactly right, John. Elmwood Park had better set the tone for the second half right here on this kickoff. Garfield, of course. And now I do see Mr. Rust over here on the sideline. He looks like he's ready to go in. I'm sure Coach won't hesitate to put him in, and we'll see what happens here just as we're ready to get on the way.
Churchu set to kick off, and he will put a foot into it at the 40-yard line, and it'll be taken back down at the 10-yard line by Tanny. Runs right up the middle. That's been his favorite spot on these returns. Ball comes loose, but I believe he'll be ruled having been knocked down before the ball came loose.
Yeah, so Garfield will take over here, and with not too bad field position. Looks like it's at the, what is that, John? The 26,
27-yard line. That's where they will take over. 1st and 10, 7 seconds gone by. Just underway an extended halftime. And you know yourself, having played, even though it was a while ago, you think back now, having played a long halftime can work both ways. It can work for you with a little bit of rest, but
yes,
also the emotional edge. It may...
yeah, and you know, you're pumped up. You don't want to get cooled down too much, but you're right. With some injuries, maybe they opted to, you know, take the extra minutes.
And Rust has returned to the game. He is in the I-back formation. He gets the pitch
wasting
on
no
the
time.
sweep, and he has some room around the side, and he high steps it out of bounds. And he's got a first down and a little bit more, and we may have a flag on the play. Something came flying out of the pile. That is at the far side of the field. Garfield is going from our left to right, and vice versa for Elmwood Park. And to get to that far side, it's difficult to tell.
Well, I tell you, Russ is ready to play, and Coach opened it up with the pitch outside to him, and he turned it on, showing that that injury is far in the back of his mind.
And that was an imaginary flag that I saw. That is a first down. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for Garfield. Mr. Rust is back. And he gets the call again. He slams it straight ahead. He's met by a bunch of guys. First one in on that play was Martino, and he had some help. And it's coming up from the secondary was Rand, who's made a few tackles from the secondary position.
No, Ben Rand has been doing a great job defensively and offensively. You know, not only does that, he punts the ball too. He's a big key player in Elmwood Park's lineup.
Jack of all trades. Rust will come to the sidelines, and he's replaced by Vargas. So maybe he'll see limited duty. Seems to be okay, though. 2nd down.
No, I can pretty much guarantee a little action from our Manzo, the quarterback.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Manzo rolls to his right, and he throws the ball, and it's tipped. Good defensive play that time by Kempe. Dangerous play by Manzo as that ball was tipped up in the air, and there was really nothing but white jerseys in the area.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to set up some type of sideline screen to the side, but the lineman not getting over, and Manzo, being 5'5" quarterback, finding it difficult to get it over the lineman.
Excellent point. And that's one of the problems, one of the knocks, if there could be one on Manzo. It's just physically size. It's going to be difficult, and there are going to be balls batted down. We didn't see any balls batted down in the first half. That's the first one of the game.
That is correct.
So that brings up a 3rd down and long from the 41-yard line for Garfield. Elmwood Park staying at home.
There's, I think, 4 canaries flying around the field today, and that'll be a center. That'll be off on the center. That'll be offsides on the center.
And not a happy camper.
Yeah.
That time the center, Lance Kohler, who is the leader on that offensive line, as a center typically is, moved the ball.
Yeah,
Nobody else
big
moved.
mistake there. 5 yards, pushing back 5 yards, and I'm sure that mistake he won't make that mistake twice. A little communication. You know, sometimes kids come out a little pumped up, so loud. It counts on 1, on 2. You know, I'm sure he'll settle right down.
3rd down now and 13 to go. Minute and a half gone in this 3rd quarter. 14-6, Boilermakers on top. Handoff Rust deep in the backfield, busts into the secondary, and he breaks forward for the 1st down and more, and he shakes another tackler, and look at him go, and he's gonna go if he doesn't get tackled.
Wow, that was a great run by Rust. I think he broke 4 or 5 tackles. Everybody on the Elmwood Park side a little too high. One of the first things coaches tell you, no arm tackling, hit him low below the waist, and a big boy like that is not going to be stopped by arms.
Brian Rust busts through the line of scrimmage, gets the 1st down, and with an extra effort breaks again, and looks like he had clear sailing, but a good effort that time. Giving chase was Ben Rand, and nearly made the shoestring tackle. But Rust, as we spoke about in the open, he is one of the fastest. He was at a combine earlier this year, and one of the coaches was saying he's one of the fastest guys in the state. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, surprising that Ram would even get that close, but you know, fact is now it's 20-6 in favor of Garfield, and that was officially a 63-yard run. That's the second big run busted by Garfield today.
Yeah, great job by Garfield.
And they will go for the two-point conversion again, and the handoff is to Rust, and he pounds his way forward, and he is in for two.
Well, Coach putting the capper here on that drive. And again, we talked earlier, it was a 3rd and long situation. And coming up big with a touchdown. I mean, we've seen it time and time from Garfield during this whole game. They've come up consistently on the big 3rd or 4th down plays. And as the scoreboard reflects, the 22-6 lead.
Well, we will take time out with the score. The Boilermakers 22, the Crusaders 6. Could say he's back and feeling pretty good right now.
Sure, taking a little breather after doing the bulk of the running on that drive.
It's another short kickoff, and it is taken at the 25-yard line. Troisy, who is dragged down hogtied by Atchison, and that's where Elmwood Park will take over their first possession of the second half, and they find themselves down by 16 points. And that last drive was 4 plays, 74 yards, minute 46 it took. So that was another quick hitter by Garfield. They had the one long drive that took about 8 minutes, no points. They've had 2 quick ones, and they've gotten 16 points out of it.
Yeah, well, Elmwood Park has their work cut out for them here. They gotta put something on the board on this drive to keep them in the game. Momentum has totally fell to the Garfield side, and you can sense it.
Ball marked at the 28-yard line, going from the pro formation. Man goes in motion, and a handoff, and I think it's Chirchu. And he stopped after a gain of about 1, it is. And it brings up a 2nd down and 9, and now really Elmwood Park gonna have to open things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe they're gonna give it to Mr. Danny Monty and hope Danny can air something out. And I see Mikhail Brown coming in from the sideline, which could be a foretelling tale of this play.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Brian Rust on the afternoon, 6 rushes, 93 yards.
Wow.
67 yards, or excuse me, 63 of those yards coming on his last rush. Handoff inside. This one goes for good yardage on the carry with Troisy.
Yeah, coach keeping it on the ground and running to off tackle left in that bone, getting his 2 blockers up, and got a nice gainer out of it.
He gets 6, maybe 7. Call it a 3rd and 3. 8 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 22-6, Boilermakers all over the Crusaders right now, and the Crusaders in danger of falling to 0-4, and that's something Coach DeMayo did not envision at the beginning of this season.
No, I see Mikhail split on this side in a straight dive.
Right up the gut that time, nothing doing.
Jasquez, I believe. And we'll see what the refs mark it, though.
Actually, got a little bit more than I thought, and it is a 1st down. And there is an injured Garfield player at this time. Getting up slowly is number 8, Vertidor, who scored the first touchdown of the game for Garfield. But he looks like he's okay, and we'll have a measurement probably.
Yeah, they'll take a timeout, and they're going to bring the measure. It's close. They want to make sure.
Otherwise, they'll bring up a 4th and short, and Elmwood Park probably in a position where they have to go. And
it's the 1st.
That is close. Oof. Got that one by a nose hair. That's all you need to get it by, though. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. So now they have a 1st down. See what they can get going now. First possession here of the second half. Really can't fault the offense. Haven't had the ball very often. Haven't run very many plays, and there's not much you can do when you don't have an opportunity.
Yeah, you first have to get the ball to put any points. And he's running. Coach not throwing anything, showing anything different. Running off tackle to Troisy.
Troisy up the gut. He gets about 4. He fights forward. It stopped initially for about 2, but he fights forward and gets about 4. In on the play on the tackle was McElrain. Hope I'm saying that correctly.
Well, Coach pounding it out on the ground here. Doing a good job, and we'll see if we see more of that bone action.
Russ checks back in for Jason Tanney, who's done a good job on the defensive line. Russ now being used sparingly, not being used on every play. Second down, 6 yards to go. Monty gives it a good look over, and he will hand it right up the gut. Straight dive play. Bunch of guys in on the play. Ryan flies over the pile. And also Vargas was in there. That was Jasquez on the carry.
Coach at pounding out a couple more yards, shortening that mark to 4 yards for a first. I believe he may be trying to keep this running game and open up maybe the pass a little later. See what he does. It's the kind of strategy Coach got up his sleeve.
6.5 minutes left to go as you take a look at the Garfield sideline. And have to be pretty pleased with what's developed so far today. A team that's just dying for a win. I guess both teams are. 3rd down and 4. Rolling out is Monty. He cuts it back inside, fights forward. He'll be just shy of a first down. Hanging on for dear life was Vertidor. As he stayed at home, Monty stretched out as far as his frame would let him. 5'10". Comes up about a yard short, brings up a 4th and 1. And if you're Coach DeMeo, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, you have to go for it, not only for the reason of you need the first down, but they're measuring us. Wow. The refs want to see a little closer measurement. And
we'll see what they have on the measurement. And it looks like it is. Yeah, they just moved the ball there. It's about say maybe a foot short, 6 inches. So Elmwood Park, absolutely no choice. They have to go for it in this situation.
Yeah, and I could see a quarterback sneak would be I don't know.
Something on a
something
quick
as
count.
as a coach I would do something on a quick count. I mean, you need 6 inches. Give it to you got your best guy in the line there, Rich Valletta. Let's run behind him. And those linebackers are way up close.
See what they do. Nearly jumped offside
Off
to
tackle
Garfield.
to Troisy.
And Troisy gets the carry. And it'll be close to see whether or not he got it. They'll all be in the mark. Looks like he got a generous mark.
Yeah, the refs, they're putting it down. Let's see where they put it, and they'll bring the chains in again to take a look at this.
Oh, they don't even need to measure it. As the
No.
referee signals first down for Elmwood Park. And
wow, are we in Elmwood Park?
Elmwood
That was
Park.
nice.
Garfield jumped off sides but was able to get back. And now, you know, I guess I haven't played yourself. Isn't that a kind of a play where, as a center, you just snap the ball once the guys jump over the line, or is that not something you have in the playbook?
Well, actually, it's really the quarterback's call to make the center snap the ball. And remember, if there's no contact and they just step up quickly, that's not offsides.
That's another first down. 2nd in a row for Elmwood Park. It's taking their sweet time right now. And Monty rolls out, and he will pitch to Chirchu. And he's got a little bit of room outside. He's walloped out of bounds. He may have got back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait and see. Chirchu, who was shaken up earlier, has returned and played well. And we'll see what we give him here. Looks like he may have lost 2 yards.
Stepped out of bounds.
Ball spotted in the center of the field.
Yeah, Elmwood Park fighting for every yard here in the beginning of the second half. And coach's play calling has been pretty much, you know, power right, power off right, power tackle left, with a little option, and that's it.
Haven't abandoned the play, the game plan at all. We'll see. There may come a time when they have to. Troisy, the carry. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and then maybe one more. Call it a gain of 2, brings up a 3rd and 9, and right at the midfield stripe. Elmwood Park, nice little drive now, but right now they need points.
Yeah, they need to critical down here, 3rd and long 9.5 yards. As we see, I believe that's Brown coming in off the sideline, and number 26, who's not on a roster officially. We'll see if Coach opts to do a little air action here.
And Elmwood Park came out and was so creative to start off the football game. They seem like they've fallen into a really conservative type style offense. Go out of the full house backfield once again as we near the 4-minute mark. Monty back to pass. He looks to throw it downfield. He's got a man on the sidelines. It's Brown. He cuts it up in the middle of the field.
Speed.
And he is pulled down at the 14-yard line. Make that the 17-yard line. Good hookup that time with Brown.
Oh, big play there for Elmwood Park. Monty connecting with Brown, and Brown having that explosive speed. Gets it down to close to the inside the 20-yard mark there. Nice drive so far for Elmwood Park.
And Brown's the kind of guy, if they can get the ball in his hands, he obviously can do something with it.
Yes, he's got that speed. He's got that breakaway speed where once he gets into the open field, he's gone. I coached Mikhail myself. I believe it was about 4 years, 5 years now. He's a sophomore, and that year he was pretty much my senior, my best player.
1st and 10 for Elmwood Park. Now 3 consecutive first downs. Nice drive by the Crusaders. And it looks like someone might have moved. Monty back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right and throws back to the end zone. And it is incomplete, intended for 26, who we don't have on the roster. We will do our best to get a name. And that brings up a 2nd down and 10 yards to go. So right now in the red zone, with 3:34 left to go, third quarter.
Crucial here for Elmwood Park to put some points on the board. This is not a situation where you want to take advantage of that big gainer by Elmwood Park.
The Boilermakers ahead 22-6. Officially for Brown, 2 receptions, 79 yards, and 1 TD. So obviously averaging almost 40 yards per time he touches the ball. Roll out by Monty, puts his head down and bulls forward up to the 15. Gets about 3, brings up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah. Just officially been notified that number 26 for Elmwood Park is Willie Manilli, who is a wide receiver along with Mikhail Brown. You can pretty much bank on Danny throwing to either one of the 2 receivers, Willie Manilli or Mikhail Brown.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ball just shy of the 15-yard line. Elmwood Park knocking on the door with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go, third quarter, down by 16. Monty with the pitch to Churchill, bounces to the outside and slips up at the 13. He'll be shy of the first down by about 5 yards. They need to get up to approximately the 8-yard line in order to get a first down. And we are in 4th down territory, so they'll give it a crack again. Call it 4th and 6.
Crucial down here, 4th and 6. Coach doesn't want to kick a field goal. He wants 6 points. He's got to score 6 points here. Mikhail split out wide right with, I think that's Ben Rand there as a tight end.
Monty rolls to the right, steps up. He's got Brown over the middle, and he can't hang on in the end zone. Play broken up that time by Manzo. Ball right on the money, and Manzo able to get a hand on it and knock it away. Excellent pass play, but just defensed well.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a lot of pressure to put on a sophomore. Mikhail doing an outstanding job this year. And we talked about that earlier with Coach, that it'll be the big plays on the big 4th down yardage that'll get him in this game.
And that was a 15-play drive by the Elmwood Park Crusaders, and they come up empty. And that's got to be frustrating with only 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And you got to wonder why they're not throwing the ball a little bit more. They've had some success going to Brown.
Yes, Coach will come back to that, I'm sure, later in the game.
Right here, right here.
And on a reverse that time is Tanny. And the Elmwood Park defense has stiffened. They lose 2 on that play, brings up a 2nd and 12, and right now, crucial turnover.
Yeah, crucial here for Elmwood Park to get at least, or a quick 4 and out. Turnover, interception. I see Russ coming onto the field now. I wouldn't be too surprised if they go to their go-to guy.
And one of the things that this lead has given Garfield the opportunity to rest Rust in between plays, use him every other play. They don't really need to work him to death right now with a good cushion. And only a minute 20 left to go third quarter. They're ahead by 16. Rust in the backfield. And a handoff right up the middle. Pinto bulls his way forward to the 15. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and one more. Bring up a 3rd and 9 from their own 15. And big play now for Elmwood Park on defense.
Yeah, now we've seen this all day today. The big plays happen on 3rd and 4th down for Garfield. They really have to pull up their straps here, Elmwood Park, and play tough and not and stop the ball right here if they want a chance to even get back in this game.
Vargas replaces Ryan in the backfield. Now Rust will come out. Manzo hasn't had to throw the ball very much here in the third quarter. That was an 8-minute 13 drive. Bert has alerted me by Elmwood Park. But much like the drive towards the end of the first half by Garfield, it resulted in no points. Out of the eye, rolling out his Manzo. He'll keep it himself. He cuts it back. And he gets up to the 17, but he won't have nearly enough for a first down. In on the tackle was 46 Kemp and 36 Ben Rand. We've called Rand's name several times today. Clock ticking with 15 seconds left to go, and we may not see another play in the third quarter. And it's been all Garfield so far.
Yeah, now interesting to see what happens here with Coach. 4th and long, 6. I think you got to punt the ball, and you can't give Elmwood Park such an easy opportunity to score. One big play, and they're right back in this thing. Looks like we got back Elmwood Park number 40. That's Albie Tasillo, and as we change over for the fourth quarter, we'll.
Well, what we'll do now, the score 22-6 in favor of the Boilermakers. We'll take time out and come back with the exciting fourth quarter. Good time. We're about to start. Get set.
High snap.
The
Trouble.
The fourth quarter. High snap. Manzo will have to do everything he can to get this away. And they got a piece of it.
Uh-oh, this could turn into 6.
A wild play, to say the least.
Wow. Wild is not the word for that play.
And that ball was fielded by Janevsky.
I tell you, maybe wise maybe just to take the safety on that one, because you gave Elmwood Park some serious field position here. It looks like they're on the inside the 20. Let's see what coach decides to do. Big opportunity here for Elmwood Park.
Ball on the 14-yard line. That play was doomed from the very beginning. Ball snapped over Manzo's head. Did everything he could to get out of trouble. Was able to get the ball off, but as Renee mentioned, almost backfired, even getting rid of the ball. Might have been better off taking a safety, but that's just a normal reaction for the punter. Just do everything you can to get rid of it, and it was picked up by Janevsky, and he nearly fumbled.
Yeah.
Not the way they drew that one up in the playbook.
No, Janevsky not a runner. Yeah, McHale splits out wide to the left, and there's a flag. Oh, this is looks like delay game here. Yeah.
And a delay of game will be called on the offense, and if you're Coach DeMay, you can't be happy about that at all, because you're coming off a timeout, 1st and 10, and you want to get something going. You don't want to move in the wrong direction.
No, I'm sure he's not happy about that. Would have been wise there, well, to call a timeout, but Danny unfortunately did not know the amount of time ticking off the clock.
And see now Brown split out to the far side by his lonesome. Back to pass goes Monty. It's a fade pattern for Brown, and he's got it, and he is in for a touchdown.
Wow, that's incredible. That was just a little timing pass to the corner. Danny put it right up in the air, and McHale comes in big with a quick 6 for Elmwood Park. Changing the momentum of the game a little bit, John.
So Elmwood Park strikes quickly after the turnover, or I should say the punt. Doesn't go down as a turnover, does it, Bert? No. So after the very short punt, the botch punt, Elmwood Park strikes right back. Now they'll go for 2. If they can get this, well, actually they won't go for the 2. They line up in a non-formation again. We've seen this before as they pitch it again, and it's a pass into the end zone, complete for the 2, but there is a flag down on the play. That pass went from Jasquez to Kempe, and it may be...
Yeah, what happened there was not all the men were set before John decided to snap the ball.
That is something we saw the Chicago Bears try against the Jets.
I think I'm going to put that in on my little guys this week, I think. That's a pretty crazy little play. It may just work. And it did work, actually, right there. It worked well.
And they call it a false start. And trips right.
Trips right. Yeah, 141.
That's the name of the play. As I mentioned, the Chicago Bears tried to put that one over on the Jets. Now they'll have to go for 2.
They're going to try this way. Yeah, a little play action to the right here, and Danny's got somebody in the corner.
Monty throws the ball up, and it is batted away. Nice play coming across that time was Atchison. So they hold on the 2-point conversion. So things tighten up just a little bit. 11 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in the football game. The score, the Boilermakers 22, the Crusaders 12. We'll take time out. Garfield sideline, and now they becoming a little bit apprehensive. Don't want to see this one slip through their fingers. 0-3, 3 straight losses to start the season for both teams, but both teams feel they're better than 0-3. Chirchu puts a foot into it. It'll be taken up at the 15-yard line and brought up, finally knocked down, is Tanny. And in on a play on the tackle was Velasco. So that'll be up to the Elmwood Park defense. Once again, they held on the last drive.
Well, it's tough. Elmwood Park's got to put on 10 points on the board just to tie the game, which is, at this point, you got 11 minutes in the game. You need to stop them right here, get the ball back, put up a quick 7, and then hope to kick it onside and get maybe another quick 3 points. I mean, there is time.
There is plenty of time. As you mentioned that earlier, long drive to start the half by Elmwood Park. If they could have gotten something out of that, they'd be in business right now. But as it stands, they trail by 10. 10:45 left to go in the football game. Rust back in the game. Handoff Pinto. Busts into the secondary. He'll get 8. Big run that time by Pinto.
Yeah, well, plays like that can't happen if you're on Elmwood Park's side of the coin here, and you gotta hope for a quick 3 and out here, because every time they hold the ball, Coach Mucha is just gonna pound it out, run, eating the time off the clock and keeping it out of the ball of the hands of Elmwood Park, so as not to get another scoring opportunity.
And if you're on Elmwood Park's side of the ball, you're going to be grabbing at that ball and really just gambling on defense. Take chances. Now is the time. You need to make something happen. 10 minutes left to go in the football game. Out of the eye once again. And the handoff goes to Rust. He is met immediately in the backfield.
Yeah, Elmwood Park picking it up a notch on that play, stopping Rust in the backfield, bringing up a long 3rd and 1 here. Crucial to hold him here. Well, let's see what Coach decides to do defensively.
Martino in immediately to make the first hit and bring down Rust all by himself. And this is a big 3rd down play. 3rd, we'll call it a short 3 for the Garfield Boilermakers. Boilermakers now clinging to a 22-12 lead as the clock winds to 9.5 minutes to go. They will take their sweet time, try to run as much time off the clock as they can before running each play. Clock is now an ally of theirs. We'll see who gets the call this time. It will be Mr. Rust to the right side, and he's got the first down and 4 more. 1st and 10 at midfield.
Yeah, Rust running real hard now, knowing that he had to get the first down there. Coach smartly, wisely giving the ball to Rust, moving the chains and keeping the ball on the ground and letting that burn him some more time. And look, as I look up quickly at the clock, for a minute there, I thought that was 4 minutes, but it's 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game.
So you get a 5-minute reprieve there.
Yeah.
Ball spotted right on the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 for Garfield. And if you're Elmwood Park, you have to really be thinking no more first downs. More first downs, the less time you're going to have left when you get the ball back. And the ball will go to Rust again, this time straight up the middle. Nothing doing. Several people in on the hit that time. 57, Folletta was able to get in quickly. And we'll see who gets off the bottom of the pile. 43, and that's Martino, who has been very active on defense.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. Elmwood Park trying to do something here, trying to hold them. Coach Mucha wisely, smartly, not putting the ball in the air, keeping it on the ground, just pounding out the yards, trying to get another first down and get closer to a win in that win column.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. They need to get just inside the 40-yard line of the Crusaders. Pass outside is complete to Tino, and he will run across to where he needed to go for the first down. That was, Tanny, and he should have another Garfield first down.
Wow, smart call by somebody up here, obviously up in the coaching staff. Saw that the swing pass here to the left was wide open, and exactly what they did. Mucha just turning, and Manzo, I should say, just turning and throwing the ball and picking up that first down.
It is another first down for Garfield. The offense has looked crisp all day. Every drive has been pretty neat.
Yeah, they've controlled the ball well and doing a good job on the Garfield side here.
And the give is off right tackle, big hit. Coming in from the left side, we'll see who that was. Good stick that time. On the carry was Pinto. Didn't catch the number there. That's a 2nd down and now 7 yards to go. I think that might have been Martino again.
Yeah, Elmwood Park feeling pressure here now, knowing this clock is winding down. Something's got to happen. Fumble, deception. I know if I'm Coach Tom DeMay, that's what I'm hoping for right now. A snap over the head, into the end zone.
Just like they drew it up.
Yeah.
7:20 left to go in the football game, 22-12. Boilermakers on top. As they creep closer to the line of scrimmage do the Elmwood Park Crusaders. Back to pass goes Manzo, throws, and it is complete. That was well defensed that time. Velasco but was able to complete the pass to Tanny, and that's been a pretty effective combination.
Yes, all
for the
day.
Boilermakers.
I tell you, I'm very impressed with Manzo. His quarterbacking skills are excellent. He finds his open receiver and throws the ball well. He's come up big for them time and time again today, and that's why Garfield's up 22-12.
This young Garfield football team showing great poise right now. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the football game, and this is a drive that they needed to stem the tide a little bit. You could feel the momentum swing somewhat right after Elmwood Park cashed in on the short punt, if you even call it that, by Manzo. And ball will be given to Pinto. He dances up inside. He'll get to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 2, maybe 3. Brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Coach making some substitutions, taking his time to calling this next play. He better hurry up or he'll be hit with a delay of game penalty, which we saw one of today at a crucial time for Elmwood Park and that extra play at that extra point.
2nd and 7. 6.5 left. Out of the eye. Pinto up the gut. Gets maybe 3. Brings up a 3rd and 4.
Well, I tell you, the PPSL this year has been shaping up. A lot of teams undefeated. Hawthorne, Glen Rock, and Lodi, some of the top teams at Passaic Tech, I would say rounding out the 4 top teams in the PPSL. All coming up and facing each other now in these next 2 weeks. Elmwood Park having a real tough schedule, like Garfield, starting out with a real tough schedule, playing Passaic Tech, Lodi, all the tough teams, and turning it around today, looks like.
There are no gifts in this division. Out of the eye again. To the 3rd and 4. Rolling out is Manzo, and he is hauled down in the backfield. Janevsky will be credited for the tackle, maybe even a sack.
Yeah, playing real hard, Janeski. He's not giving up. There's a kid with a lot of heart. 4th down and long. If you're coach on the Garfield side, got to go with it. Got to go.
No, you absolutely got to go for it. And the thing is now with the clock reading 5 minutes and 15 seconds and ticking, all you need to do is make sure that you don't turn the ball over. And that's probably what they're going to do, is just keep it on the ground. Anything more risky than a running play could turn into disaster.
Yeah. And coach, looks like coach is going to just, well, he's split out here left. We'll see what he decides to do.
He's got Atchison split out to the near side, and it's going to be a quick pass to Atchison. He's down. Actually, that pass is ruled incomplete, as Atchison had his back to us.
Elmwood Park is going to take over now. They've got 4 minutes and 44 seconds to do something. Let's see what coach decides to do. I tell you, he's got Danny Monty in that backfield and the offensive line, for the whole offensive team for that matter, has their work cut out for them.
Well, they'll have to go with the hurry-up offense, I suspect. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in the football game. Down by 10. The Elmwood Park offense has been effective. They've moved the ball well all day. And we'll see what they come up with now. Obviously, they're in a situation where they're desperate.
Yeah, let's look to that connection there from Monty to Mikhail Brown. He looks like a little play-action fake. I see Mikhail here split to our side.
Mikhail Brown split out to the near side, and it's going to be a long pass down the field for Brown as he goes up for it, and he makes the catch.
Oh!
And it is ruled incomplete, as they say he was juggling the ball out of bounds.
Oh, tough call by the official. We'll have to check that on the replay and see exactly if he was in bounds, did have control of the ball.
But Brown, 3 receptions for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. That time defended well on the play, but just a great athletic attempt.
Yeah.
It would have been a complete pass at the 35-yard line. So it's pretty obvious where they're going with this from now.
Yeah, Danny Monty aired it out 40 yards, a little high, but could have been a big gainer for Elmwood Park. I guess we'll see more of this in the closing minutes of this game.
Maybe if he could have thrown it a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Brown's so fast.
Yeah, it's true. You
got to throw that ball while you have a chance. He'll outrun you.
He'll be in the end zone before you know it.
Once again, out of the wishbone, and a give is to Chirchu. He plows forward.
And as we get propelled here by some of the Garfield footballs, they're little promotion, I guess, they're doing for homecoming. They're throwing out to the fans, and they may throw one up here.
It's third down and about 5 yards to
And
go.
I think she's trying to get it up here. I tell you, those girls. Look at them. And there's a shot from the sideline of the little promotion. I guess it's Garfield. I guess one of the balls say Garfield homecoming, 1995. 5. All right, they graduate next year, June.
Garfield holding on for dear life right now. Third down and a long 5 to go. Back to pass Monty. He's looking
Going to
downfield.
Manili.
He's got Manili.
And there's a flag, and it looks.
We may
we'll
have
have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. That's a tight call from up in the booth.
Both guys were jostling for position, so it will be interesting to see what they call. I think it's only a 15-yard penalty, even if it is pass interference on a high school level. So we'll see what the call is. And it is pass interference on the offense.
Well, that's not going to help the Elmwood Park calls at all right now. Now that'll be a third and long 20.
The penalty is declined. That brings up a fourth down. The pass would have been incomplete.
Yes.
So maybe a break in a sense for Elmwood Park. Just need to pick up that first down right now with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to go. And it looks like
Elmwood Park timeout. They want to talk about it. They want to see exactly what they want to do. I see Tom Mayo coming in. It's a 4th down and 7. You know, it's not unattainable first down.
Well, they're taking timeout. We'll do the same. The score, the Boilermakers 22, Crusaders 12. We come back, it'll be 4th and 6. Down in 6 play, and if Elmwood Park doesn't convert this, you could just about wrap this one up. Back to pass goes Monty. And he is going to be sacked by guess who? Brian Rust.
Rust closing out the drive. Closing Elmwood Park's drive out on his note. And there's a flag thrown at Eversini. I guess the referees didn't like that too much. And, well, now that's interesting. They'd be taken out on the Garfield possession, yeah.
That's a post-possession foul. Make it a penalty for celebration, unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's exactly what the call is. So Mr. Rust gets a little bit carried away, but understandably so. Big game, big touchdown run, put them ahead by 3 scores, and then the sack that, for all intents and purposes, should put this one away.
Yeah, Coach discussing that with Russ right now, not telling him to take it easy a little bit. This game is not over. Still got another 3 minutes and 40 seconds left as we see the cheerleaders very excited here on the sideline. It's a good shot of them by our cameraman, Scott.
The Bert Schub's curse, as he alerted me through the past 20 years, homecomings, the home team is 1-14. And looks like we're going to get win number 2 this year. So the last one, the last win, actually, as Bert's going to fill me in, was East Side 25 over Passaic. 25-0. So that's the last time the home team was victorious, and that was in 1974. Right up the gut that time. And we'll probably see a lot of that, as that was Rust again.
Yeah, Coach is going to pound it out here. You know, 3 minutes left. Well, you know, he's got a long way to get a first down.
Elmwood Park takes time out.
Yeah, trying to do some time management now.
Unofficially, they have 1 timeout left after burning that second one.
I believe that's Coach Muchow in the field right now, in the middle of the huddle, trying to tell his boys to, you know, hang tough, try to get that first down, and close the chapter here for close the chapter on Elmwood Park.
3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the football game. Boilermakers 22, Crusaders 12. And the Boilermakers had their big run from late first quarter to early third quarter. And other than that, you'd say Elmwood Park might have gotten the better of the play. But
yeah, well, you know, it's just disappointing on the Elmwood Park side, but Garfield real happy. Obviously, they're going to get a win column. Elmwood Park looking, I don't want to be too premature, but looking like they're going to go 0-4.
Barring something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, barring some miracle here.
Out of the eye again, the power eye. And it'll be Pinto. Gets his name called again. Pinto, you'll recall earlier, gave Garfield the lead, 14-6, actually 12-6 on his run, and they never looked back after that. It was a 69-yard touchdown run, and that was in the first quarter, and excuse me, the second quarter, and that really was the straw that broke the camel's back as they were ahead and never looked back.
Yeah, Elmwood Park opened up nice. You know, they took the lead initially. But like we talked earlier, the third and fourth down, they scored on that fourth down play. I mean, you're going to, and it's well, pass actually. Yeah, it was a nice pass there, and Manzo's been doing it all day for him. As we see a penalty against Elmwood Park, and puts him a little closer to that first down marker. And Elmwood Park causes, I believe, its final timeout for the game.
That may have been a personal foul, maybe a little bit of frustration by Elmwood Park. They take timeout. They used their last one. We will use one of ours too. Score 22-12, favor of the Boilermakers. 3:05 left to go in this contest. And it will be Rust who forges ahead for the first down. And he gets up to the 10-yard line. We'll see whether or not it's a 1st and goal to go. Well, it's marked at the 11-yard line. Brian Rust, he's a man who will sleep well tonight. He was shaken up late in the second quarter and returned in the third quarter and busted the big run that put them ahead 22-6. And he has been the go-to guy ever since. And the clock winds down to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's Pinto's spin move. Gets across the 10 down to the 8. 63-yard touchdown run that time that we're referring to by Rust. And that was just a great individual effort, as those will be our two guests after the game. Brian Rust, the running back, and of course, the little guy, 5'5", 150 pounds, Chuck Manzo, who stood much taller than that today.
I think that's 150 pounds of right arm. All in that right arm.
It's 150 pounds with the equipment on.
Yeah.
He's a small guy.
No, but let me tell you what, he's dangerous. He's dangerous with a ball in his hand.
And it will be Pinto off right tackle, as he's had some daylight. He's still crawling around for a few extra yards. Gets across the 5 to the 4. Clock winds down, minute 40 to go.
Garfield not letting up here. They're just pounding it out, and wouldn't be too surprised if they get another 6 points by the end of this drive.
Now, as far as Garfield goes, they have to be awfully happy. They pull out the victory. They finally get on in the win column. Now, if you're Coach Tom DeMeo, how do you look at this?
Well, you definitely have to regroup. Go in, try not to get the kids, try to pump them up at least for next week, you know. I'm not sure who they got on the schedule for next week, but looks like it's Pompton Lakes, and Pompton Lakes is always tough. And it's a away game, I believe, and on the road, you know how hard it is to get those wins on the road.
Tough division to win on the road. That was Rust on the carry again, and it brings up a 4th down to go. They can achieve a 1st down. They'd have to get the ball somewhere between the 1-yard line and the goal line. So it's a 4th down, and we'll call it 4.5. Clock winds down to 39 seconds to go here in the contest. And this one is a done deal. Good job by the Garfield Boilermakers. They came out and they played well from start to finish. And Elmwood Park didn't play poorly. Pitch to Rust. He cuts it up inside, and he busts in for a touchdown.
Well, there you go. You see it again. Another 4th down situation. Touchdown, Rust. Garfield real happy about that, and moving those points a little higher, closer to that 30 mark.
And we'll see what they do now, if they go for the extra point or if they try to. They haven't attempted an extra point all day. And as you mentioned, Williams was the kicker. So that may be one of the reasons why we haven't seen too much. But as a matter of fact, we will see Niazi Leka, who's doing the kicking off, will attempt the extra point with the score 28-12 and 17 ticks remaining in the game. The soccer-style kicker.
Bad snap.
And Manzo will throw it into the end zone.
And
It's
when it rains, it pours. And
don't think that was a designed play.
yeah, but no, but it's another 2 points for Garfield.
And that makes the score 30-12. And Garfield, just a heck of a football game.
Yeah, played excellent here in a homecoming game, and like you always like to do. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank both the athletic directors. That'd be Frank Dawson on the Garfield side, and of course our Joe Castig in Elmwood Park. Frank Dawson, year after year, has done a great job with the Garfield Boilermakers, and today he must be real happy. I don't know where he is exactly right now, but congratulations to you, Frank.
It's an Elmwood Park team that was very successful last year. We'll see how they make out now from this point forward, but you have to feel happy for Garfield. They were 3-5-1 last year, and this is a very young football team. And
yeah, like we said earlier, like you said, Elmwood Park coming off a big season last year. Missed an opportunity to go to the States by PowerPoints, unfortunately, but Coach has got his work cut out for him this year.
that is a good boot. It is taken down by Tasillo.
Yeah, I coached him too at the junior level. It's nice to see these kids coming up to the program. And I believe Albie too. I think he's a junior too. He'll be coming back next year.
Albert Tasillo, the 5'7", 150-pounder. There's 10 seconds remaining in this football game. 30-12 Boilermakers all over the Crusaders. Clock runs 8 seconds, and that will just about do it. Mr. Russ, 12 carries for 110 yards. Will have to be one of the stars of the game. We'll be talking with him afterwards. And that does it.
That does it. And Garfield sidelines here exuberant, as you can see. Real happy to get that win in the win column. And if you're in Elmwood Park today, hey boys, keep your heads up. Next week's another week, and just pound it out in practice. Work hard. That's it.
That'll do it. The final score here from Garfield High School: Boilermakers 30, Crusaders 12. We'll be back with some post-game entertainment after this.
Garfield High School Stadium, where congratulations, guys. Good win and again against Elmwood Park. Puts you into the win column today. You're now officially 1-3. I have Mr. Russ to my right, Mr. Manzo to my left, and Mr. Tanny to my left there. Let's talk to you, Mr. Russ, first. Injury took you out of the game. Tough. What exactly happened on that play?
Well, Chucky came over and tackled Church, and I just saw a chance to nail him, so I just came up, and I have a bad problem with my neck, and I hit it right on the spot, so I didn't have no feeling. They had to take me out for a little while.
Yeah, that first series, I believe Coach pounded out the ball, gave it to you, and you were running really well, and up in the booth we were a little worried, you being the key running back for Garfield, but coming up for the call, of course, Mr. Mucha, with your star running back here on the sideline, Coach came out throwing the ball. How'd you feel about that?
Today I felt real confident, and we did a good job. That play we ran, 41H pass, when Fernando scored, you know.
Yeah, I believe that was the touchdown that tied it for you. A nice pass. That was 4th down. Big call by Coach to come in to, and a beautifully thrown ball. I believe no interceptions today. Great game by yourself. Were you a little worried with Rust out after you know, the sideline? Did you get an update from Coach?
Yeah, we were a little worried because, you know, Russ holds his team together. He's the heart of the team. And he came back second half, he sucked it up, and he scored 2 more touchdowns for us.
All right, great job. Tanny, again, a big play on 3rd down. We're down closer to the sideline for your end zone here. You came down, bringing it down to the 5-yard line. What was that play? What was the call there?
It was just a fade pattern to Atchison, and I just went out on my own, and Chuck saw me through the ball. I just made a couple cuts and got down to the goal line.
That's it. About this year's coaching, Coach has done a great job year after year. You guys trying to turn the program around. You had a tough season, yeah, tough 3 games. All right. Tell me a little bit about the first couple games.
We played PCT. They're always tough, and they beat us pretty bad. Pompton Lakes, we went there, and we lost it for ourselves because you know, penalties went against us. We had like 50 yards in penalties. We just beat ourselves. And Lodi's always tough too. So
yeah, tough 3 games, absolutely. So what we're going to do is come back later with Coach. We'll come back with John, and we'll take this out from Garfield High School. See you next week.